Yeah, no, this was a very life-altering event for me. It pretty much was like the day I identify my youth died.
Con Gaby Cam y Javier Ibarreche.
Hello guys, how are you? Thank you for having me.
We're very well.
Thanks for having us.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations on the movie. I really loved it. And Cosmo, I would like to start with you. With all the skills of the great actor you are, how the hell did you manage to get into trauma mode? Are you ever prepared for that?
Well, no, it was just one of the requirements of the script, and my job just requires that I, sort of portray that in some way, and it's just just looking at various symptoms of certain injuries and finding medical footage, I suppose. But that's not just the same as any other job, really.
Well, it sounds easy, but I don't really think it is. I know you guys had a lot of physical preparation, but did you ever get like a mental preparation to get into that mindset?
I think there was a mentality that was created during the 3 weeks of boot camp prior to the filming, which was, we just were disciplined. We learnt, we rehearsed it like a play and knew what we had to do. And I think that mentality just bled into the work itself. We were there, we worked incredibly fast. There wasn't really much room for anything other than commitment, and that presented itself in different ways, and I think really helped us tell the story of these extraordinary young men.
Thank you for having me. And Alex, I would like to start with you. I have to tell you, I'm a big fan of your filmography, and I feel that's because you allow us as audience members to kind of have second thoughts on humankind and have questions about our own humanity. And I wanted to ask you what aspects of humanity you were trying to explore with Warfare.
I guess the aspects of humanity that you find on a battlefield, just as truthfully as possible. And that would include anybody who happens to be on that battlefield. So it could be a trained soldier, or it could be an 8-year-old girl. It doesn't matter. Whoever is in that space, that was the concern in the window that this film creates.
Kit, I have to say I'm a big fan of yours. I love all of your previous work, especially Heartstopper. So it's a surprise to see you like in this new role. So how do you split away from your past roles and focus in opposite characters like this one?
Well, I think that just like any role, I try to. I think every role you have a little layer of yourself that bleeds through, but for the most part, you're trying to play someone separate from yourself and try and play someone different. So just like the past roles that I've played, I was trying to find and work out the character that I was playing in this film. I think the fact that the character in this film is so different from the characters that I've played in the past was an exciting thing, and it was challenging, and it was a new challenge that I hope to be able to do again and again throughout my career. But yeah, again, the boot camp and surrounding myself with other actors such as these two who were also undertaking the same challenge was also incredibly helpful in that, because we were all, I guess, finding not just our own individual characters but our group characters and mentality together.
And Ray, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Because I have this need of pronouncing it in Spanish.
It sounds correct to me, yeah.
Okay, thank you. First off, thank you for sharing your own memories and your own thoughts on this film. And I wanted to ask you, did this film and making it alongside with Alex somehow help you give some closure to maybe things you still had open in your mind and in your heart on your own memories?
Yes, it did. I can elaborate on it if you like, but I don't want to take up your time. But yes, it did.
Okay, thank you.
And elaborate.
It'll eat up all your time. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I want to hear it because.
This was a very life-altering event for me. It pretty much was like the day I identify my youth died, and so we still were operating every day after that. So a lot of us that were there that day never had the opportunity to really like talk about it. And that's not something we do there. We create these mechanisms to survive, which is really just pushing it down, compartmentalizing it, put a lock on it, and we'll get to it when we get to it. But that doesn't serve you well when you get out of the military, 20 years later. And so, yeah, this was unpacking a lot of that, that I've loosely talked about it, but it's a really hard thing to describe and explain. I think this is a very unique medium for all films, for anybody that wants to tell a story. It's a great medium if you use it correctly and responsibly. But with Alex, it was just a very emotional journey up to filming, writing it, filming it, watching, editing it as well. It was all therapeutic, and it was a hard but needed and worthy road. Yes.
And I think we need to talk about that brotherhood between you guys. What experience or what memory did you take away from this film?
There were many memories that we created during the filming of this film. I think the brotherhood was our northern star, our guiding force throughout it, and it was something that we still enjoy the benefits of today. The best thing about filmmaking is you're thrown into something, into an environment with people that you don't know, and you make something, and hopefully you get a friend or two. And in this case, we got many friends and many funny stories, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, guys. And Joseph, I would like to know, was there a scene that was challenging for you, like emotionally or physically, and how did you recover from that after filming a rough scene?
I don't think it's a case of recovery, really. I think it's you're committed to what's in front of you, and you have to do it. And fortunately, as I mentioned earlier, we invested in this camaraderie. Not that it required that much attention; it was very natural. And so we were all there for each other. It meant that, well, personally speaking, recovery wasn't necessary. It was another day at work, and we were there to honour these men, and we were there in service of Ray, who was there in service of his friend Elliot. So it was just a case of getting the job done and having a laugh when we could.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
And, telling a story like this, which is obviously based in some memories of yours as well, which was the key to make sure you were portraying it right, like to make it as vivid as possible? Because I also feel like as audience members in the theater, it kind of feels like we are involved in this situation. What was the key for you to make this as realistic as possible and as accurate as possible?
I think just trying to be really honest of what we were trying to show, which is what combat is like, what war is like, the challenges, the decisions that need to be made, like really just diving in on the more emotional components. Making a decision is emotional in combat. If you're going to ask somebody to risk their life, that's an emotional decision. And oftentimes it's looked at as a strategic decision, but if that person gets hurt, there's some kind of emotional baggage that comes with that. So yeah, it's just exploring all the different emotions of combat as well. Fear, confusion, being concussed, will, all those components that I feel are glossed over. Not glossed over, but maybe misrepresented traditionally.
And Alex, what do you have to add to that? For you, what was that one thing you knew you had to get right?
Oh, it was actually very simple for me. I just needed to really focus and listen to what Ray was explaining, and then with Ray, try to figure out how to present it. It was that was me, but it was also the cast, and it was also the crew. We were all really joined together and working actually very equally, sort of not democratically, but equally. It was actually liberating from a filmmaking point of view. Like a simple example would be sometimes in a film, you have a scene and an actor might say, hey, I think I should do this over by the window, or maybe I should be walking around. And in this film, it would be simple. You'd say, yeah, but you weren't by the window, you were sat there, so just go and sit over there. And so it removed so many questions, and it became like a very, very frenzied, fast-paced Zen experience.
Thank you so much, guys, for your time, and congratulations on the film. Thank you so much for sharing this, and I hope you have a great day.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Well, guys, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on the movie, and I hope to talk to you very soon in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Con Gaby Cam y Javier Ibarreche.